What up, y'all? I'm back. I know it's been a while since I made a video. I want to apologize for the hiatus. You know what I mean? I was been planning on getting back to making these, but today one of my former co-workers, he's actually the president of the NCAAP now. But I guess it was just like God's time, and he asked me like, "Hey, what happened to your videos?" He mistakenly called it a podcast, but he's like, "Yo, what happened to your YouTube channel?" Like, you know what I mean? I be watching it while you stop making videos. I didn't have a good answer for him, I'm like, well, I just been busy with other stuff, you know what I mean? Even though that's not really a good excuse. And he's like, yeah, it's really not. Because as I was making the excuse, you feel me? I didn't like the way it was sounding to my own ears, you know what I mean? I felt like I was making an excuse, you know what I mean? So as I'm saying it, I'm like, yo, this sounds like some bullshit. Like, so he probably don't even know, but I'm gonna put his name out there. His name Daylin. So if you watching, shout out to you, bro, because you really influenced me to start again. Because it's one of those things like where you were waiting for the right time. Don't ever wait for the right time. The right time. If you can do it now, then the right time is today. You know what I mean? They always say, don't put off for tomorrow what can be done today. I mean, the only reason you should be putting something off is if you can't do it quality. You know what I mean? Like if I ain't have the right camera or whatever, you know what I mean? You don't want to rush some shit, just put some bullshit out. You know what I mean? If you making music, wait till you got a good microphone. You don't want to put nothing out and it sound terrible. You know what I mean? But as soon as you're able to do it at a quality level, and I'm talking about everything, as soon as you're able to do it at a quality level, then that's the right time. If you just sit around waiting for the perfect time, time's just gonna go by and you'll never end up doing it. So with that said, we back. But one thing I did want to make sure, I wanted to make sure when I came back and made some more videos, I had some good topics that I wanted to address because I'm never going to just make a video for the sake of making a video. You know what I mean? Like, we going to discuss real shit. You feel me? So what I wanted to discuss today, which I hadn't gotten a chance to discuss with y'all, is this whole Trump Elon Musk takeover, because that's what it is. It's a takeover. Now, let me say this, like, I'm not the type of person that's like super democratic or super red, super blue, super left, super right. Like, oh, that's bullshit to me. If I could, like, if you didn't have to register or something, I would register as nothing. You know what I mean? Because there is some things that I like about Republican policies. There is, you know what I mean? And there's some things I dislike about Democratic policies. You know what I mean? So I really don't want to be all the way red or all the way blue, for real, for real. I just want to be all the way what's right, you know what I mean? What I feel like is morally right, you know what I mean? And I don't got no color to it. You feel me? But anyway, back to this takeover, cause like that's exactly what it is. And let me say this, like, with racism, it's not always born out of hate. Sometimes it's born out of ignorance, right? And with white supremacy, it's also not born out of hate, it's born out of fear, right? So with white supremacy, the fear is that white people become the minority, right? White people only make up 7% of this earth, right? So they're already the minority on earth. So with people who believe in white supremacy, their fear is becoming a minority in America. They're already a minority on this planet. They don't want to be a minority in this country. You feel me? So with that in mind, let's talk about it. Like, keep that in the back of your mind, right? When you're looking at these moves that Trump's making, when you're looking at these moves that Elon is pushing, right? All right, so with the whole DEI thing, right? I seen a lot of people, black people included, that's like, oh, DEI didn't matter anyway. It didn't work. It only helped 4% of black people. Only 4% of black people are DEI hires. You know what I mean? The majority of the people were white women, and in between were the Mexicans, whatever, gays, Latinos, um, disabled, you know. But listen though, don't look at it like, well, it's not hurting black people that bad. 4%. Okay, I don't got no argument for that. Okay, cool. I'll give you that. Let's just say it only helped 4% of that. I'll concede. By dismantling DEI, who does that help? Does that help black people? No. Does that help white women? No. Does that help gay people? No. Who does it help? There's only one group of people that will help, because there's only one group of people that are not included in DEI, and that's white men. Straight white men. Those are the only people who are not accounted for in DEI, right? So if we're getting rid of DEI, that only benefits one group of people, and that's straight white men. All American, blonde eye, blue eyes, real Hitler type shit. You know what I mean? Real Hitler type shit. So as black people, we don't only have to stand up for ourselves, we got to stand up for anyone that's at a disadvantage, right? Martin Luther King said, injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. So we got to stand up for an injustice anywhere, even if it's only 4% us. We don't want an injustice anywhere, right? Now, when you're looking at this mass overhaul of deportation, which is mainly targeting Mexicans, a lot of people don't know Mexicans, they don't have a bloodline, right? So it's not a race. They don't have a bloodline. What Mexicans are Native Americans. You ever notice Native Americans and Mexicans look a lot alike? That's because whenever the Pilgrims came along, right, and eliminated them, right, killed most of them, all of them was almost extinct, but the ones that survived, few of them stayed here. They were pushed to Mexico, right? And then Mexico was then taken over by Spain, which is why they speak Spanish. And then you have Mexicans. But if you take a Mexican and trace their bloodline, it will lead you to a Native American. So what happened is they came, bullied them a hostile takeover of their land, pushed them out of their land, and now they're telling them they can't come back to their land because they're killers, because they're rapists, because they're thieves. It's like some reverse psychology type shit. Y'all the ones who stole the shit. Y'all the ones that came here raping and killing. Christopher Columbus and them. You know what I mean? They were already on this land. And some of us were too, because some black people are native to this land. And now y'all saying we ain't allowed here because we rapists, killers. You know what I mean? So that's where the moral evil is, right? But then it's also just financially not smart, because immigrants pay billions of dollars in taxes. This is a fact. Look it up. Immigrants pay billions of dollars in taxes to America per year. A mass deportation of them, we have to pay for that. We, the people, pay for that. So in the long run, it's really, it's hurting us more than it's helping us. But once again, Who is it helping, though? Who is it helping? It's helping the white American that has that fear of becoming the minority in America, right? So if we keep letting in immigrants legally or illegally, right? And then these black people keep having babies and multiplying, what happens in 100 years? Not even 100 years now. What happens in 50 years? What happens in 40 years? White people become the minority in America. Their biggest fear. That's what white supremacy is all about. So all these little moves being made, it really, like, it hurt me when I see black people defending it, you know, because all you got to do is do a little research and you would know better. That's all you got to do is just do a little research. And you would know better. You would peep game that these moves is being made to benefit white supremacy. Plain and simple, you know? And this ain't just like I said before, this ain't just like no Democrat attacking Republicans. It's just the facts of the situation, you know? I do agree with some of the moves Trump's made. I do agree with, you know, biological males shouldn't be participating in female sports. I completely agree. You know what I mean? So it's not just, I'm not one of them people that just, you know, going to go against it because it's a Republican or because it's Trump. No, but white supremacy is white supremacy. And a lot of these laws that's being passed, a lot of these papers that are being signed, executive orders, are white supremacy based. And y'all got to peep that. You know what I mean? So then it comes down to, after that, after you recognize the problem, which I just broke down the problem as simple as I could, but after you recognize the problem, it's like, what you going to do about it? Well, when somebody's coming, I look at everything through sports analogies. Like I'm a sports junkie, so you know what I mean. When you see somebody got a really good offense and they attacking, you play defense. You have a game plan. They got a game plan for themselves to win. Okay, so we need a game plan for us to win. The other side, the people who are on the side of good, which is the side of God. What's our game plan? They got theirs together. I've read Project 2025. They got theirs together. During the election, Trump was saying Project 2025 is a lie. He don't got nothing to do with that. Every move that has been made so far was written in Project 25. So you saying this ain't your playbook, but you running every play out the book. But us as a people, we should have our own playbook. And we should be running our own plays. I saw an interview with Pharrell the other day. He said, I'm not saying black people should be in fear, but we should be prepared. And I totally agree. Like, it's not a time to live in fear, but it is a time to get prepared. And that's what we need to do. Dear America, how come it seems like you don't cherish us? It's obvious these lobbyists and politics don't care enough. So much that's fucked up. Don't know where to begin. It's like this whole Constitution need rewritten again. And it really ain't a secret. The government's keeping secrets. Blindfold us with the same flag that we pledge of allegiance. I won't let this society tell us what we gotta be. Even blind eyes can see the system's telling lies to me. It's deceiving. I'm just thinking about these kids you misleading. These city schools ain't teaching what they need to be teaching. Fuck a Christopher Columbus. That's word to the Indians. How can you discover a place there's people living in? They stole this whole land, and that was Thanksgiving then. then went and stole us. Now we got to live with it. The words of W. Du Bois, they just play on reset. A system can't fail someone it wasn't made to protect their America.